Okay, good uh, afternoon, good morning, whatever time you're watching this video. I'm recording this for the purpose of implementing a persona journey map. So I'm going to share my screen and then I'll walk us through it. If you have any questions, you can raise them to me. So let's do this. So where do you start from? The first step is to understand what is the journey map. As at the top, you can see it's written customer journey, but it is essentially an analysis of the journey of the day in the life of your persona. So there are several stages, and as you can see, it's written 1, 2, 3, 4 up here, stages, activities, pain points, and gains. But there are several, let me call them stages, when you're engaging yourself in the process of a persona journey map. So the first thing is to ask yourself the first question. And the first question is, how often does your persona repeat the activities that they are engaged in? So for example, if it is a student, the student does several things repetitively, and that is 1, wake up in the morning, 2, go to school, 3, when they reach the school, they go to class, 4, eat lunch, 5, they go back to class, 6, they leave school, 7, they get into, say, for example, a Danfo or an Okada, whatever, and then 8, they go back home, they eat dinner, and they sleep. So, and this they repeat every day in a week. So for us, we are looking at the journey map in the life of a Danfo conductor. To make your life easier, we are going to divide the activities based on a day. So we're only going to look at a day in the life of a Danfo conductor. So a working day has got up to maybe 12 hours. Some people may work 14 hours. What I would like you to do is to sit down with a Danfo conductor and ask him, what does he do in his day? How does he spend his day? So he'll tell you, I wake up in the morning at 5 in the morning. And then he will continue from there. I go to the bus stop. I do ABCD. I don't know what they do, so they will tell you. Now, for this exercise, you need to be 2 or more of you, maybe 3 or maybe 4. One person asks the questions, or is one person asks the questions. The others plot the questions or write the answers in a piece of paper. You can, if you're 4 of you, 2 ask questions and 2 take notes. So it is very important for you to take questions, you to take notes if you're 4. If you're 2 of you, 1 person asks the questions and 1 person takes the notes. So it's very simple. All you are asking this Danfo conductor is, how do you spend your day? So they start by telling you, I wake up in the morning, and then I do activity A, B, C. What then I would like you to do as the person asking the questions, and this is step 2, is to ask, when you do that activity, how do you feel about it? Are you happy about it, or are you angry about it, or sad, or upset, or frustrated? What is your emotion? Because as you will see here, there is emotional status, okay? So we are measuring emotional status. So let me say that again. Number one, you ask the person, what do you do during your day? How do you spend your day? Give me the activities that you are engaged in the course of your day. For every activity, ask them, how do you feel when you do that activity? What emotion comes to you when you do that activity? Number three, ask them, why do you feel that way? So for example, if John, the Danfo conductor, tells you, I wake up at 5 in the morning, I take my breakfast. You can ask them, what do they take for their breakfast? Then they'll tell you, I take yam and fufu. Then ask them, what do you think about your breakfast? How do you feel when you're taking your breakfast? Then John will tell you, I like my breakfast very much. Why? That's the third question. Why do you like your breakfast that much? They'll tell you, yam and fufu is food for strong men. And you write that down. Okay. So you do that for each and every single activity that John will give you. You write the activity, you ask the respondent, or you ask John, what do you feel when you do that activity? And then you ask them, why do you feel that way? Okay. And that's all for the whole day. Activity A, activity B, activity C, at least all the activities that John Oni is engaged in order of when they do it. So avoid being random. Okay. When you're finished, then we will address how to plot it. Because how to plot it is something else. So for now, I would like you to watch this video, think carefully about the questions you are going to ask, identify somebody who fits the description of John Oni. That means this somebody has to be a Danfo conductor in either Lagos or Kaduna or wherever, but they have to be a Danfo conductor, a man in his 20s. Sit him down, buy him lunch or something to compensate his time. Buy him lunch and a bottle of water, very necessary. Ask for his permission and tell him what you're doing. Explain to him that you're collecting information for a project that the YMC is engaged in. Okay? Offer him lunch. Have a sit down with him and do this exercise. It should take you maybe an hour, could be more or less, I'm not quite sure. But what you need to remember is you need to explain to him what you're doing and compensate him for his time. After you're finished, say thank you and release him. If he needs transport from the bus stop where you'll be having the interview, please offer him the transport. Which is the best place to do this? You can do this at the bus stop if you can get 2 or 3 conductors to get your trust. If not, you can ask him to go to the nearest restaurant. But please do it as close as possible to his natural environment. And if possible, engage him and others, like 2 or 3 other Danfo conductors, just so that you can get as much information as possible. Something else to note, please be the one to listen, not the one to speak. Yours is just to ask the question and then to listen and write the notes. Avoid suggesting activities. Avoid telling the conductor, giving him instructions on what he should say. Your work is just to listen. Another thing, avoid being judgmental. The conductor may tell you something that you will not like. Please avoid being judgmental. Or he may tell you something that is controversial. Avoid being judgmental, engage him only in conversation. If there's something you don't understand, of course, you should ask him. When writing the notes, please use all the terminology that he uses, all the local language, all the local slang. Whatever it is that he'll say, just write it there. Then, I know you're YMCA, you are very, you're born again, you love Jesus, but please don't preach. Do not preach. Don't preach. I know it's tempting to tell him, no, but you shouldn't be doing these things. Oh, don't drink this gin. Don't smoke this hemp. Please avoid any form of preaching or judgment. Your work is just to record what it is that he will inform you. Okay. Assure him that he will get to understand the results of the information he has given you. So when plotting, you will plot all that information on the document that you see in front of you. But I will pause there for now. I'll post this on YouTube and share it with you on WhatsApp. Please remember, if you have any questions, you ask me and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you very much.